Today on What Went Wrong, the day can seize itself. Hi, I'm Rhett Mauser, and I've made a few films.
Couple.
And some people might say that I'm carpe diem, I'm seizing the day by grasping life by the horns and going in and no.
Life has horns? Life is the devil.
One of my, this is going to be sort of an anti-carpe diem one, mostly because I hear these phrases that are going around that they're changing people's philosophies on how they live life. And one is like, I was seeing this one person and she kept on using the phrase, just you do you. And every time I heard that, or it would usually come up when I'm thinking about doing something stupid.
Right.
I'm thinking about kind of chicken. Well, you do you. It's that kind of I don't want a chicken, by the way.
Yeah, but, add into the monkeys.
Yeah. But the first thing that would always pop in my head when somebody would say something like that, do you, be proud of who you are, and just take who you are and go with that. I always jump back to Bill Cosby routine, and I know we're not supposed to use his name, but he's still had
taking the name of Bill in vain.
Yeah, he's still funny.
He had a great line of work that we can reference and appreciate.
Yeah. But he was talking about a buddy of his trying to get him to try cocaine. He's like, well, you need to try cocaine. Well, why would I want to do that? What does it do for me? Well, it intensifies your personality. Well, yeah, but what if you're an asshole? And that always, and that's another thing that goes down to the core of some of my values and my beliefs is you should always be improving yourself. And what if you are an asshole? Somebody, just be yourself. But what if you're an asshole?
What if you're a
Yeah. So don't do you. try to do
anything
you.
but you.
Yeah.
You suck. Do something else.
I'm trying to do a better you.
Yeah.
What is what I'm trying to think of the exact thing that she would always say, but the go for it attitude, the just do it kind of an attitude.
Yeah. What was like a
go with the flow.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, go with the flow. Just if you get caught up in the emotions,
you only live once.
Yeah, and
YOLO or something.
Yeah, full steam ahead, damn the consequences, kind of a thing. And that was one
kind
of
a bastardization of Admiral Farragut, but okay.
But yeah, it would be that don't worry about logic. It's just if it feels right, do it. And my rebuttal for that was, well, you have 3 kids by 3 different fathers. I guess how's that line of thinking
working out for you?
I've
had a couple of things where they're like, well, just do what you want to do. And I was like, really? Because if I do what I want to do, you're going to need therapy. And they're like, that's not what I meant. That's what you said. That's disgusting. Yes. Yes, it is.
Like when you're making a film, why am I making a film? What is the goal of this film?
Yeah.
Transfer that to your life. Why am I living? What is the purpose of my life?
Right.
And if you want to have a successful life where you can retire wealthy or live in your in your 50s wealthy, you've got to plan your 20s to get there.
Right.
You can't just live like a alcoholic maniac in your 20s and 30s and expect everything to be fine in your 50s. You have to make those plans.
You can do your alcoholic maniac things every now and again. I don't drink, but maniac part I've got. Alcoholic, not so much, but maniac, I've got all kinds of maniac things going on. But maniacal things that I would do, still, I knew when you could do it for a certain period of time, but you got to bring it to a stop, because maniacal only works in so much as you can then continue to be. I don't want to say like conform and be and join the man, but you do have to do a certain, because I'm not very good at conforming, but you do have to have a certain amount of responsibility. I mean, live like there's no tomorrow, but you need to plan for there being a tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Live for today, plan for tomorrow. You only live once, so don't it up. Kind of stuff. I always have those addendums to these things people say.
So like getting a budget for my film. It's like
right.
I $20,000 lands in my lap, and it's like, well, I'm going to blow it all in on film. No, I'm going to take about 2,000 of it, make a movie, and then I'm going to invest the other part. You know.
So I can have a lot more movies for $2,000.
Yeah. So there,
I can do pretty well with $2,000.
Yeah. So or go into debt over a movie. Why would you go
do not do that.
Take out a ton of credit cards for $10,000 worth of credit and just blow it all on the movie?
No.
You're going to be living. Now you've got to live with that. I mean, I've put $300 on a credit card for props or something. I think that's fine.
Whatever.
You're going to do that. I can get that the next paycheck.
Right.
But to throw $10,000, hey, I've got a credit card for $10,000. I'm going to go make a movie. No, don't do it, because you're going to be living with that for years.
That $10,000 doesn't stay $10,000 when you talk credit cards. That $10,000 you blow is going to become $30,000.
Because you got at least 20% interest on that.
Typically, you got some pretty good interest on it. Don't do it. Another one that's to talk about the prior planning. One of the things I wish they did was they would, when you're teaching kids, instead of teaching them how to pass the task test, teach them how to balance a checkbook. Give them a class on what it means to have a credit card and how you're going to spend X amount of money but have to pay X plus on that money. Mm-hmm. Why don't they have those kind of classes? I remember we used to have home economics was one of the things we used to have.
That used to be around. I didn't have it.
You didn't have it? Yeah. I had something like that one time, and it was one of those things. And they would kind of show you, all right, here's how credit works. Here's how this works. Here's how that works. I was like, holy crap, which is why I've never had any debt, because I'm terrified of debt. I have put a ton of money on a credit card for whatever it was I wanted. I bought a house. I bought a truck. I've got debt like that. But it's not the kind of debt that's going to ruin me. It's the kind of debt that I have that everyone has. And if I really want to sell the house, I can still sell the house and get my money back out of it again. Mm-hmm. If I want to sell the truck, I can sell the truck and get money out of it again. As opposed to blowing $10,000 or $20,000. My credit cards are actually, I could really hurt myself with my credit cards. Mm-hmm. Well, anybody can, and I'm not about to do that. My credit cards usually get paid off or pretty close to paid off every month. I'm in my late 40s, and I'm those lessons I learned as a kid still haunt me. About I've watched people. Well, we've watched friends. We've had friends of ours that we went to school with, and they're swimming in debt. They got lots of really cool stuff. They got a really nice house and like really two new cars and a pool, and their kids play baseball, all that stuff. But they are drowning in a pool of debt. Most of their paycheck goes to pay their credit cards. Mm-hmm. It's like, what are you doing? I'm scared of that. I don't want that. I prefer to live more simply. Not really simply, but I prefer to. I have a smaller house, although the house is way too big for me. I don't spend a lot of money on debt, is what it is, because I've watched it happen. It's terrifying. And to think about one of your film students or somebody blowing all that money on a film, it's not. There's so many reasons it's not worth it, but that's one of the reasons it's not worth it. I mean, even if you make the money back on your film, you still are going to owe the interest that you got waiting for that to happen. So you're still in the hole. Don't do it. Just don't. Living for tomorrow or living for today is great, but you still need to understand that in the real world, unless you die, tomorrow is coming, and tomorrow wants its due.